What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is TD Venom Defender here, and I'm back here with another live stream. You have read that title. So, in today's live stream, I'll be defending Speardude21 and exposing Kadeem the King. You heard it right here, folks. Today, I'm going to be doing this live stream that this is going to be important. So, I really do hope that you people will be tuning in for this live stream that I am going to be doing. But anyways, other than that, I'm gonna be doing what I am gonna be doing, and that is I will be activating my live chat. Okay, so just give me 1 second just to make sure if I can activate it. Okay, so here we go. This should be able to do the actual trick. Okay, so I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some people in the live chat. Okay, so let me see who is here, or I believe who is here, right now. We've got Sonny the Scene Girl. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Sonia. So the one thing that I want to say to you as of right now is this. Hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you're having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, Sonia. But anyways, I do appreciate that you are in my live chat. But yeah, one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now, Sonia, since you are actually here right now, you could say that, I'm not even surprised that, Kadeem is just doing what he is going to be doing, and he's just, trying to cause drama and start shit with people for no reason whatsoever. So, nothing about this is actually, surprising. Like, it really isn't. But I'm going to go on ahead and see what you are going to be saying, or what I believe you're going to be saying right here, right now. I'm glad I ignored Kadeem all day. I don't blame you, Sonia. I honestly don't blame you whatsoever. But for the most part, just keep on doing your thing. Like, if you just want to just ignore like the so-called scamming princess, then go on ahead and do that, because at this point you could say that you and I are just living rent free in this fucker's head. Like, we honestly are. And this is a type of person that is not going to move on from any of us. But at the same time, Kadeem actually asked for this. Like, he honestly did. So I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some more comments from you, Sonia, because this is going to be an important live stream that I am gonna be doing. So I really do hope that you will be, tuning in for this. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see what you're gonna be saying, or what I believe you're saying as of right now. I'm doing good. Oh, okay. Well, the one thing that I am gonna be saying though as of right now, Sonia, is that's actually, good to hear if, you're just gonna be, just doing your own thing for the most part anyway. So yeah. So anyways, let me go on ahead and see if I can, try to get this, up and ready though. And I really do hope that this is gonna be it. Yep. Okay, so one thing that I am gonna be saying though as of right now, Sonia, is if you have anything that you want to say, then go on ahead and say it. Okay, so yeah. Yep. Okay, so let me see what you are gonna be saying, Sonia, or what I believe you're gonna be saying right here, right now. Why Kadeem in my business anyway? I was busy helping my boyfriend relax. Yep. That is the one thing that I have to agree where you're coming from as of right now, Sonia. It's like, for the most part, you are just helping out your boyfriend, but people like Kadeem wants to get himself involved, which, keep in mind, that is none of his business whatsoever. Like, it is really not his business. And yeah, I mean, normally I don't like to make these types of live streams, but for this one, I'm gonna have to say my piece, because this so-called scamming princess just doesn't know when to keep his fucking mouth shut. Because for the most part, we are just doing our own thing. But then here is Kadeem trying to get involved in our business, which, keep in mind, we're not gonna be having that whatsoever. Like, we really aren't. Like it's not gonna happen whatsoever, and he needs to know when to just move on from any of us. But knowing Kadeem, he's not gonna be, doing that. And that's honestly quite sad that, he's not gonna know when to move on. So yeah, that's honestly just quite sad. Yep. But if there's anything that you want to say as of right now, Sonia, then I would just recommend that you are going to have a chance to be saying it though, because in a little while, I am going to be, responding to the so-called scamming princess because he doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut. Like he honestly just doesn't know when to do that. Yep. But one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now, Sonia, is it's like what I said just now. Normally, I don't like to make these types of live streams, but for this one, I'm going to have to make it necessary though. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kadeem tries to respond to this live stream. But if he happens to do that, then he's going to be proving my point that he's not going to know when to move on because we're here to defend our community and actually call out his actions. And if he doesn't like that, well, that's his own problem. Okay, let me see what you're saying, Sonia, or what I believe you're saying as of right now. Exactly. We are done with Kadeem, but yet he can't move on from us. Yep. That is the one thing that I have to agree where you're coming from, Sonia. It's like, he's not going to move on from any of us because he is just extremely butthurt because we decided to cut ties with him, we decided to move on from him, and he cannot learn to accept that. So it's like this, Sonia, he cannot take no for an answer. And not to mention, for the most part, we're trying to have like a brand new year though, but then here comes Kadeem trying to cause drama and start shit with us for no reason whatsoever. And it's like this, we have had enough of it. Yep. And if Kadeem wants to go on ahead and just, keep making a complete ass out of himself, well, guess what? That's not my problem. It shouldn't be your problem, Sonia. It should be his own problem. But he wants to go on ahead and bitch, moan, and complain because we want nothing to do with him. So as of right now, Sonia, you are more than welcome to say your piece whenever that you want to. Oh, and by the way, I just found out from Kadeem is I believe one time he got so, butthurt because you could say to an extent that, hold on one second. Oh, that's correct. That I'm, using this name. And guess what, son? You're actually gonna be laughing at this part. So one time I actually changed my name to this, and guess what? It actually worked because Kadeem got so offended that he couldn't handle, my name to be changed. But keep us in mind, there are times where I like to change my name though, just for like, the fun of it, you could say. But then, but people like Kadeem don't want to learn to accept that. It's like I'm only doing that for entertainment purposes, you could say. Yep. But it's like this. It could be a joke, once in a while or so. So that is the one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now. But yeah. Anyway, Sonia, if you want to go on ahead and say your piece, then go on ahead and say that. But yes, go on ahead and say it because I am going to be getting started with this so-called response. Keep this in mind, Sonia. The response is not going to be like, too long. Yep. So I really do hope that, you'll be interested with this live stream or so. And I'm not quite sure if there is going to be some people that are going to be tuning in for this live stream because one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now, Sonia, is I don't think not a lot of people know about this, group channel you could say, and I really do hope that people will be, be tuning in for that though. But it's up to the people's decisions, decisions if they want to have a chance to be tuning in for this live stream. Yep. But I can't believe, it has been like quite a while since I've actually made content when it comes to this group channel. But, here I am. I guess I'm like the only one that's going to be making content though. I mean, there are some like, other members and whatnot, but I want to make sure if I can, try to see if I can, keep up with this, group channel and whatnot. Yep. So that is the one thing that I am going to be saying though. Okay. Let me see if I could try to, fix some settings and whatnot. Because I want to make sure if everything is in the clear or so because I want to make sure if I can get this video up and ready and I really hope that it is going to be working though. But if it's not going to be working, then I can't really say anything too much about that though. Yep. But I really do hope that more and more people will be tuning in with this live stream. I mean, I get the fact that this group channel doesn't have a lot of recognition in a way. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though is I'm going to have to say my piece about this because this so-called scamming princess just really needs to know when to move on one way or another. And again, If he cannot learn to accept that, well, it's his own problem, not any of our problems whatsoever. I mean, I've already said it once, and I will say it again. Sonya, it's not your problem. It's not my problem. It's Kadeem's problem because, he doesn't want to move on from any of us. And not to mention, he don't even show any proof in his content whatsoever. And even if people were to try to ask him for proof, he just, tries to deny it. He just tries to find a way to avoid it because he knows deep down that he is losing, but he don't want to admit that. Yep. And it's like this. Certain people at least try to give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, guess what? He is not getting any more chances from me or from anybody, especially in my own community. Like, it's not going to happen whatsoever. Because it's like this. We have given him, multiple chances time after time again. But it doesn't seem like he doesn't want to get any of our help whatsoever. So by that logic, Kadeem is just nothing but a straight up lost cause and is going to remain that way. Yep. But I really do hope that, people will be tuning in for this live stream because, I am going to be saying my piece on this. Like, I really am. Yep. So I'm going to go on ahead and see if there is going to be some actual people because I just want to make sure that, I get my points across. So that is the one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be some even more people in the live chat. So, I'm just going to go on ahead and just, wait patiently. But if there's not going to be a lot of people in the live chat, then that part I can, understand. That part, it's like I can completely understand if, certain people are just, busy and whatnot. But one way or another, I am going to be doing this live stream. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to continue with this live stream. Yep. And I really do hope that this live stream is not going to be like too long in a way, but yeah. So when it comes to the response that I am going to be responding, it's not going to be like too long or so. So I guess you could say to an extent it's like a quick YouTube short, you could say. So it shouldn't be like all that too long. Yep. I mean, you could say that I would respond to like, his so-called other responses and whatnot, but I don't think I'm gonna be doing that though, because I want to focus on only this response though. Because he wants to go around and, do all this so-called dumb shit. Yep. And it's like this. If he wants to be left alone, the way I see it though, as of right now, is he needs to stop bothering other people. It's like I'm just gonna say it how it is. If it's like this. If Kadeem wants to be left alone, then guess what? It's like this is one thing I gotta say in regards to him. Shut the fuck up and leave people the fuck alone. Because as of right now, people want nothing to do with you, myself included. Yep, it's gonna have to be that way. And not to mention, you could say for the most part, we're just doing our own thing in our community, anyway. And I would say we are actually doing a good job when it comes to these communities that we're actually in right now. I'm not quite sure if I should say them though, but for the most part we are just doing a good job, like we honestly are. But one thing that I am going to be saying though is I'm not quite sure what are the so-called the leaders in this community are up to, but I really do hope that they're doing their own thing for the most part anyway. Yep. But anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see what Sonia is going to be saying, or what I believe she's going to be saying right here, right now. Like, this guy has not learned his lesson. I actually have to agree where you're coming from as of right now, Sonia. It's like people like Kadeem, he is never going to learn whatsoever. And it's like this. We're doing everything we can to make sure that we moved on. But the problem is he wants to go on ahead and, name drop our name. Oh, and by the way, Sonia, since you are actually here as of right now, from what I've been hearing on one of his live streams, he just submitted it that he is not going to move on with TD Venom. That's honestly quite sad that he's not going to, be doing that whatsoever. Oh, and another thing, he wants to go on ahead and use TD Venom's old username, which keep in mind, out of respect for his privacy, I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say what it is because Sonia, if I'm just gonna say it how it is, TD Venom just doesn't want to, be remembered by the name. Let's see what you're saying, or what I believe you're saying as of right now. Wow, just wow. Yep. You heard it right here, Sonia. Like he wants to go on ahead and just, make all these dumb claims. And he wants to claim that, TD Venom is like was like a fan of him. But here's the thing. Where is the actual proof of that? So it's like this. Kadeem can talk all this shit as much as he wants, but he doesn't show any proof whatsoever. And that's the problem. And he knows deep down that he is losing. Because the way I see it, though, as of right now, Sonia, at least you and I, we don't go by he said, she said bullshit. We actually go by physical proof and evidence. That's the thing. The main thing is we go by proof. Something Kadeem doesn't know how to be doing whatsoever. So that's the one thing that I am going to be saying, though. Yep. Oh, and by the way, Sonia, from what I've been also hearing, I think that he also has a habit of, making content, deleting content, and it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's videos, shorts, streams, you guessed it. He does have a habit of deleting content for no reason whatsoever. So yeah. So in a way, in my eyes, he is just playing the victim as usual, which I'm not even surprised that he likes to be doing. Yep. So anyway, Sonia, I'm just gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some more comments because in a little while, I'm gonna go on ahead and actually get the response ready. So keep this in mind, Sonia. It's not gonna be too much of a response, but rather just a short. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see what you are gonna be saying. Let me see if there's gonna be some more comment. Okay, so let me see if I can just take a quick look at it. Yeah, I have to agree where you're coming from as of right now, Sonia. Is okay. This is what I believe you said that he does have a habit of deleting his channel over and over again, all because people don't even care about his ass. And it's like this: if you want more people to actually tune in for your content, then stop making drama content. But here's the thing, Sonia, knowing Kadeem, he's not going to stop doing that whatsoever. And it's like this: he is literally making drama content on pretty much all of us, and we're just tired of it. And not to mention, we're not even, tuning in for his content anyway, because what can I say? His content is flat out boring. And he wants to claim that, our content is boring. No, Kadeem. It's like we know how to make content. We put hard work and dedication, and at least we don't do what you do, and that is stealing other people's content. So keep coping, buddy, because as of right now, you're just doing this shit to yourself. Exactly, Sonia. One thing I have to agree with you is it's just, so annoying that he just keeps deleting his channel over and over and over again, and we just had enough of it. And Kadeem doesn't know when to stay consistent whatsoever. And it's like this. So the way I see it right now is from what I've been hearing, he has like two channels, like his main one and his like secondary one. So from what I've been hearing, he stole like at least, two clips, which I'm not even surprised that he's doing that. And it's like this. One of them got like, over 1 million views, and then the other one has like 1K views. And keep us in mind, that's not even Kadeem's content. Like it honestly isn't. Like it's not his content. Like it's not his. So yeah. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if I could try to, get the video up and ready. Let me go on ahead and see if I could try to, get this ready. Okay, so let me see if I can, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go on ahead and see if I can, try to, get this started or so. Because one thing that I am gonna be saying though is I'm gonna get the response, up and ready, and I really do hope that you people are gonna be, hearing it. Yep. So one thing that I am gonna be saying though as of right now, Sonia, is Kadeem could try to go on ahead and try to, delete his content, but thankfully I was able to, you could say that I had at least someone try to help me out when it comes to, saving this short. So you could say as of right now is I have the short and I'm going to be responding to it because knowing Kadeem, he's most likely going to be deleting it, which is not going to surprise me whatsoever. Yep. But anyway, Sonia, is there anything that you want to say? Because in a little while, I am going to be, getting, the short up and ready, or should I say the response ready? Yep. So it is going to be a response, but the point that I'm trying to be making though is it is going to be like one quick, YouTube short. So yeah. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some more comments though, because it is going to be happening. And Sonia, you're more than welcome to actually say your piece if you actually want to. Oh, by the way, Sonia, if you want to have a chance to let people know about this live stream, then you're more than welcome to do so. Because one thing is for certain though is I am doing this live stream for a reason. Because since Kadeem doesn't want to go on ahead and move on from any of us, well, guess what? We are going to fight back. You know, hashtag fair is fair. And if Kadeem cannot accept that, well, I've already said this once and I will say it again. Then that is going to be his own problem. It's not your problem, Sonia, and it sure as hell it's not mine either. Yep. And Sonia, I'm pretty sure that you can even agree with me that, the community that you and I are in as of right now, we're actually doing a pretty damn good job. Without Kadeem or any of these other so-called, Johnny Nobodies. So that's exactly what we're doing for the most part anyway. Yep. So let me see if I actually do have the video up and ready or so. Because I just want to confirm if the video is up and ready. Yep. So, anyways, I think most likely I'm gonna go on ahead and just get the video up and ready. And keep us in mind this is a short, and I think when it comes to like shorts, yes, especially on YouTube, yes, especially if they are on YouTube, they automatically play or so, which is something I can't really control. So, Sonia, if you happen to see the video happen to play itself, I can't really control that whatsoever, though. And if there's some audio issues, I can't control that either, though. But I'm going to see if I could try to keep it balanced or so. So, that's the one thing that I am going to be saying right now. Yep. But thankfully, Sonia, at least you can actually agree where I'm coming from. That what Kadeem is doing is just damage control, and anything that he does at this point, it's not funny. Like it's really not funny whatsoever. And if he thinks that, trying to, body shame you is going to solve anything, no, it's going to make things worse. And at this point, Sonia, I think you can also agree with me on this. At this point, Kadeem is just literally a low cow. That's exactly what he is. Yep. And it's like this. Kadeem may think that he's having all these fans that are supporting him, but in reality, it's like we are just there to laugh at his ass. So that's exactly what a low cow is. So Kadeem may think he may have all these fans, but in reality, we're just there to laugh at his ass. Yep. So, anyways, I think I'm gonna go on ahead and play the video. So if there's some issues, Sonia, then I can't control it. Anyways, here is the video right here, right now.
What up, y'all? It's Kadeem the King. Hey, Speardude21, man. Next time you make a video about me, say my name. Don't be subliminal with it. If you really want to say something about me, say it with your chest and mention my name, little bitch. I'm live right now too.
Okay, so I'm gonna be saying this though as of right now. So you heard it right here, Sonia. So you heard what Kadeem said, and nothing about this is actually surprising. So, and I'm surprised that that so-called short that he did, it was like pretty short. Yep. So I hope that you were able to get that as of right now, Sonia. But yeah. And at this point, anything that you do as of right now, Kadeem, you're just completely laughable at this point. Like you honestly are. So, anyways, I think I'm gonna go on ahead and just stop sharing my screen. So yeah, okay, there we go. So you heard it right here, Sonia. So that was pretty much the so-called short that Kadeem was doing. So it's just laughable on what he just said. And by the way, Kadeem, even if you are watching this as of right now, which I highly doubt that you are, but even if eventually that you will, the way I see it though, and I'm only going to be saying this for content purposes, Spirit21 doesn't have to mention your name whatsoever because, he actually gave you a code name, which I may have forgotten what the code name is, but in all honesty, you deserve that shit. So in a way, you deserve it. And I'm not quite sure if Spirit21 is gonna make another I mean, well, to be fair, I can't really force Spirit21 to see if he wants to, make a response to this, but I don't know. The way I see it though, as of right now, is that's entirely up to him. I can't really, force anything whatsoever. I just can't. But anyway, Sonia, let me see what you are saying or what I believe you're saying as of right now. Yep, he is a locale. Okay. So, anyways, one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, Sonia, is that's exactly what he is. Like, he is definitely, a locale. Yep. But I'm going to go on ahead and see if there's going to be some more comments from you, from the people in the live chat. Yep. Okay. So let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be some, more comments from, in the live chat because I want to make sure if, you know, people are actually, for the most part, are tuning into this. Yep. Because one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is pretty much I've already said my piece on this. I mean, the live stream is going to continue, but let me see what Sonia is going to be saying or what I believe she's going to be saying right here, right now. Kadeem is a fake wannabe gangster. I actually have to agree where you're coming from as of right now, Sonia, because that's what he's known to be doing. Just trying to be a quote unquote, fake wannabe gangster, and it's like, it's obviously just a persona because anything Kadeem does is just laughable, and he should know if he acts like this in real life, people would want to beat his ass up. Like he wants to think that he's all, you know, hardcore and shit. When in reality, he ain't shit, and he will never be shit. So that's the thing. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some, other comments really quick. Okay, so let me see if there's gonna be some other comments for me to take a look at. So yeah. Okay, so let me see who is here, or I believe who is here right here right now. We've got Brick Vids. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Brick. So the one thing I want to say to you is this. Hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, Brick. But anyways, you are just here in time. By the way, Bricks, one thing that I am going to be saying though is I just responded to his so-called, YouTube short, which keep in mind it is pathetic. Like it really is pathetic, and nothing about this is, surprising to me. It really isn't. Yep. But anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if wait, hold on. Okay, so I think that there's a new person in the live chat, so I'm gonna see if I can, okay, so let me see who is here. Let me see if I can try to pull up the comments really quick. Okay, so I believe this person's name is Adam Cartoons, if I got your name correctly. So what I believe you said is, I have no idea who this guy is, LOL. Well, the way I see it right now is I'm just trying to let people know to watch out for this guy because one thing I want to say in regards to you, Adam Cartoons, is I wouldn't recommend, make a deal with this guy because, this is what this guy does. It's like, even if you were even if you try to do a collaboration with them, it's like he wants to try to rip you off out of your money, which is not, so you could say that he is a scammer, which there is proof that he does have a habit of doing that. Yep. And if people try to make a deal with them, then he'll just take away people's money, which that is not shocking whatsoever. Like, and honestly, it's not shocking. Yep. But I really do hope to you, Adam Cartoons, I hope that you're actually, getting this so far. So yeah. Okay, this is what what I believe you're saying. Kadeem the King. Okay, so one thing that I gotta say about that in regards to you, Adam Cartoons, is I wouldn't worry too much about that, but I'm just here to just, call out his actions. That's exactly what I'm doing though. And if he cannot learn to accept that, well, the way I see it though, as of right now, is, here's the thing what we do as of right now, yeah. uh, This is in regards to you, Adam Cartoons, is, since he wants to go on ahead and, cause drama and start shit with us for no reason, then At this point, hashtag fair is fair, since he wants to go on ahead and keep this nonsense going, especially with the drama. Because Adam Cartoons, one thing I want to say, I have spoken to people about this, and Kadeem has a habit of calling drama and starting shit with people for no reason. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see what Sonya gonna be saying, or what I believe she's saying right here, right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Kadeem gets his ass kicked. I actually have to agree where you're coming from as of right now, Sonya, because if Kadeem were to act like this, like for real, like this in real life, he will literally get his ass beat. Like it is gonna be happening. And I'm pretty sure that you people in the live chat can actually agree where I'm coming from. Because if Kadeem were to literally act like this, then he literally has no one to blame but himself. So that's the way I see it. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there is going to be some, other comments though, because one thing that I am going to be saying though is I really do hope that you people are just tuning in for this live stream. And I gotta say that response that he just recently did, it was too short, and not to mention it was just beyond pathetic. And it's like this: almost 9 times out of 10, you can barely understand what Kadeem is saying, because it just sounds like he's just trying to quote unquote mumble rap or some shit. And it's like, speak fucking English, dude. It's like, try to have better grammar so I can understand you. And it's like this: I don't even understand you, and neither can people in the live chat understand you. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some, other comments though, really quick, because one thing that I am gonna be saying though is I'm just getting started with this live stream. Like the way I see it, I'm just getting warmed up. And not to mention though, I want to be surprised if Kadeem were to even try to find out about this live stream. I wouldn't be surprised if he's gonna just be here and try to cause drama or start shit. Like that's not gonna surprise me, not even the slightest. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see what some other people are gonna be saying. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree where you're coming from. That Sonya Shorts is better than Kadeem. Yep. I mean, I can understand if Sonya can make shorts, or even short videos on YouTube though. But the way I see it though, at least she does have like a far better personality than Kadeem you know, will ever have. Yep. And that's the one thing that I got to give props to Sonya, because at least she does have like a really good personality, and not to mention she does have a boyfriend, and I really do hope that she'll be able to meet her boyfriend one way or another. Yep. But I'm gonna see if there's gonna be some more people that will happen to make an appearance in the live chat. And should I consider trying to play that short again? I'm not quite sure if I should try to do that though. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I did play it once, but I'm not quite sure if I should try to have that chance to be watching it again. I don't even know. But for me personally, I'm gonna see if I could just try to think about it. If I want to just have a chance to just try to check it out again. Yep. But at this point, I think I should possibility try to play that short again. I mean, it's up to the people themselves though. But if there is gonna be some new people, then I might as well just play the short again or so. But the way I see it, that short is literally just beyond pathetic though. Like it really is. And yeah. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some more comments or so, because I'm just getting warmed up. I really am. Yep. Okay, so let me see if there's going to be some other comments though, because I want to make sure people are going to be tuning in for this live stream. Yep. Yep. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, Sonia, is I really do hope that one way that you'll be able to be doing that in person, especially with your so-called boyfriend or so. But I don't think I'm going to be saying more details or so, because Sonia, that's between you and your boyfriend or so. But like what I said, I really do hope that one way or another you'll be able to meet with them in person or so. And if that happens, I'm pretty sure that people are going to be happy to be seeing that. So I really do hope that you'll be able to to actually make it happen. Yep. Oh, and by the way, if people want to have a chance to be joining this so-called streamer panel of mine, then I'm more than welcome to do so. But I want to make sure people want to have a chance to be, saying their piece or so. I mean, you could say that I would have done this with my other channel, which is my main channel, but I wanted to do this when it comes to this group channel because, to be fair, I haven't got a chance to make, content within this group channel. So I just figured, why not if I just, do the live stream from here? Yep. And I can understand that I don't have I don't really get a lot of viewership when it comes to this group channel or myself or to the other people, but I really do hope that, that this group channel will be growing or so. Because it has been like literally a while since I have, make content when it comes to, this group channel. But it's not only just myself though, but I'm referring to the other members as well. It's up to them on if they want to be making their own content, but it's like this. We are gonna be making, our content on this. So yeah. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some, other comments or so because I do want to make sure that people are gonna be, be tuning in for this. Yep. Okay, so let me see if there's going to be some comments. Okay, so let me see. Let me see what the person's saying. I'm Mr. Krabs. I'm glad peanut butter toast crunch cereal is officially back in stores. We all should be happy. Oh, okay. Well, the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is if you're trying to make, my live chat more comedic, you could say, then I will allow it because when it comes to those types of jokes that you are saying though, as of right now, is I honestly don't mind those types of jokes. Yep. But anyways, since I'm starting to see some new people in the live chat, I'm gonna see if I could possibility try to play the video or a short again. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It's not a video, it's more or less just a short on what Kadeem actually said. Yep. So anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some more comments or so. So just give me 1 second because I just want to make sure. Okay, so let me see who's here, or I believe who's here. Okay, so I believe we've got BKTV official. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, BKTV official. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you are having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you as of right now, BKTV official. But one thing that I have been noticing is I believe that you have, changed your name, you could say, which I'm actually surprised that you actually did that. Yep. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though is I just have a, quick question. So why did you like, change your name or so? I'm just, a bit curious, you could say. I'm just used to, your previous username or so, but I'm just, I want to hear this from you. If you can, explain or elaborate in the live chat. Okay, so this is what I believe you're saying as of right now. I changed my name to Braun King. I hope I got that correctly. Yep. But anyways, one thing that I want to say to you, BKT official, I do want to say that for content purposes. But did I get your name correctly though? I really hope that I got it correctly, which is Braun King. But if I happen to not get it correctly, then I do apologize for that. But I just want to make sure if I got that name correctly or so. But if you want to try to help me, pronounce the name, then you are more than welcome to do so. But I just want to have a chance to, hear this from you. So I really do hope that I got the name correctly, but if I happen to not get it correctly, then I do apologize for that because there are like certain, pronunciations that I can't get correctly, but I really do hope that I got it correctly or so. So anyways, I just want to hear this from you if I got it correctly or not. Okay, this is what you're saying right now because I felt like it. Oh, okay. Well, the one thing that I'm gonna say though so now is I do appreciate that you just, told me about that because, you wanted to say that, you felt like it. And that part is, understandable or so. Yep. But anyways, I just asked you a question though. Did I get you correctly? Which is, let me see if I can try to take a look at your name again. Okay, so Braun King. So I really do hope that I got your name correctly. But if I happen to, if I didn't get it correctly, then I do apologize for that. But I just want to make sure if I did get it correctly or so. So anyway, welcome to let me know in the live chat. But I just want to make sure if I actually got that, name correctly or so. Yep. But now I think about it, I think most likely I'm gonna see if I could try to, get the short up and ready or so. So yeah, because I just want to make sure that people are actually fully aware about the short that I am gonna be playing. Yep. So I guess I might consider just playing it like at least one more time or so, just to get just to get this out of the way. Yep. So I think most likely I'm gonna go ahead and do that though. But I want to make sure if there's gonna be some more comments though, and I guess this will be just the second time that I'll be playing it or so. So to the new people, I am gonna be seeing if I can try to be playing it at least one more time or so, and then that'll be it or so. And if people want to have a chance to come into the panel, then they are more than welcome to do so. Yep. But I do appreciate that that more and more people are actually tuning in this live, and that's the one thing that I just greatly appreciate it. Yep. But let me go on ahead and see if I can, I want to see if there's going to be some more comments. Yep. So anyway, to the people in the live chat, I really do hope that you people are just tuning in for this, live stream. So I think most likely I'm just gonna, get the response, at least, one more time, or should I say one last time, and then that after this, this will be it or so. And you people in the live chat are more than welcome to, say your piece though. Yep. But I just never thought that it has been literally quite a while since I have made content when it comes to this group channel or so. But other than that, let me go on ahead and see what BKTV official going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here right now, because other channel names were called BKTV, so I just changed it so I don't get mixed up. Oh, okay. All I can really say as of right now is, that is completely understandable. Like if you just wanted, if you just wanted to, just change your name to a different. But I try to ask you a question though, as of right now. So okay, so my question to you, BKT official, is this: so did I get your name correctly? Which is quote unquote Bron King. But if I happen to mispronounce that, I do apologize. But I want to hear this from you if I actually, got your name correctly. But if I didn't, then I just apologize. But I'm gonna see if I could try to say it again. So I just said Bron King. So if you could just say your piece in live chat, I want to make sure if I got it correctly. So if you could try to explain or elaborate on what you're gonna be saying, then I would appreciate that. Yep. But anyways, in a little while, I think most likely I'm gonna be, responding, or should I say, play this short at least one more time, and then after this, if people want to have a chance to, join the panel, then I'm gonna be allowing these people in. Yep. But I really do appreciate every last one of you just be, be tuning into my be tuning into my live chat, because this is the one thing that I am gonna be saying though. And not to mention, when it comes to Kadeem, he could try to, delete his so-called content like he usually does, and and guess what? People are gonna find ways to, save his stuff, or should I say, save his shit. Because at this point, Kadeem is just predictable, and he doesn't want to, own up to his mistakes, nor he wants to hold himself accountable. So it's like that he expects us to hold ourselves accountable, but when it comes to Kadeem, he doesn't want to do that. And I believe one time he says, "I'm untouchable, baby." Which, keep in mind, it's like, no, you are not untouchable, Kadeem. And it's like, people are not untouchable. It don't work like that. In other words, nobody is above the law. Yep, that's how I see things. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some more comments because in a little while I am going to be playing the short like at least one more time or so because after this, I don't think there's not really more for me to say or so. So I think pretty much for the most part, I've already set my points across when it comes to this so-called response. And if people want to have a chance to come into the streamer panel and actually say their piece, then they are more than welcome to actually do that. Yep. But thankfully, I was able to get my points across. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see what some other people. Let me see what BKT official saying or what I believe he's saying as of right now. Kadeem thinks he's Billy Badass. Okay, so one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now is he ain't shit and he will never be shit. Like if he thinks that deep down, like he wants to think that he's so called, Billy Badass, then he has another thing coming because the way I see it though as of right now is it's just laughable. It really is. Yep. So, anyways, let me see if I actually got this short up and ready. And if there happens to be any, how do I say this though? I really hope that there's not going to be any issues. But if there happens to be any, issues, then I can't really, say anything about that. Yep. So, anyways, let me see if there's going to be some more comments or so because I just want to make sure if there's going to be any comments and whatnot. Okay. So, anyways, this should be it when it comes to like the video. So it should be up and ready, and I just want to make sure if I can, if I can get this started. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see if I can, you know, if I could try to check out some other comments and actually get this up and ready. Yep. Okay. So, anyways, I'm not going to worry too much about that. So I'm just gonna go on ahead and just get this started. Yep. Okay, so I think it's about time for me to actually, get the video up and ready. Okay, so anyways, here we go. Let me see if I actually did get the video up and ready. All right, so here we go. So anyways, without any further ado, here is the video. Okay, so as the people can see, like, Kadeem is up to no good as, usual, which I'm not even surprised whatsoever. Yep. So the one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now is, nothing about this is actually, surprising, and I'm just going to go on ahead and just, try to continue more with this so-called response or so. So, anyways, I'm going to let the video play itself, and then I guess, you people are more than welcome to say your piece. Anyways, here we go.
What up, y'all? It's Kadeem the King. Hey, Speardude21, man. Next time you make a video about me, say my name. Don't be subliminal with it. If you really want to say something about me, say it with your chest and mention my name, little bitch. I'm live right now too.
So, as the people can see as of right now, is that doesn't really come as a shock. Like, it really does not come as a shock whatsoever because, what can I say? Like, this is just, predictable at this point. Anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and actually stop sharing my screen. Yep. So there you have it. So that was actually the response. So I'm not even surprised about that whatsoever. And yeah, that's the one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now. Yep. So anyways, I'm just going to see if there's going to be some more comments or so because in a little while I am going to be, continuing with this live stream, and then I guess that'll be it. Yes, I guess that'll most likely be it or so. Yep. So, anyways, I do appreciate you people have been be tuning in for this because I just do appreciate of what you people are actually been saying and stuff like that. Yep. Okay. So let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be some more comments or so because I want to make sure people are actually going to be are going to be saying their piece and whatnot. Yep. Okay. Let me see what BKT official is saying or what I believe he's saying though as of right now. If God created someone to be gay or trans, then why do some people discriminate against these types of people? Okay. So one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now is I have no idea. Like I literally have no idea why that would be a thing whatsoever. But The way I see it though, as of right now, BKT official is I'm not too worried about it, but I really do hope that you don't mind if I still call you by the name or so because I just want to make sure that I were to, get my points across and whatnot. Yep. So, anyways, one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is I'm just going to just, continue to be saying my piece and whatnot because this live stream is going to be continuing. Yep. So, that is the one thing that I want to make sure that, you people are just going to be, tuning in for this and whatnot. Yep. Okay. So, let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be anything else really quick. Okay. I'm not really seeing anything all that active. Wait, let me just see. Okay. I'm not too worried about what's been going on, especially yeah, I'm just not too worried about it. Yep. So, anyways, let me just go on ahead and see if there is going to be some other comments though, because I just want to make sure that I continue to be saying my piece or so, because I just want to make sure that you people are just tuning in more for this live stream and whatnot. Yep. So I really do hope that you people are just are just tuning in for this. Yep. Yep. So, anyways, let me see if there's going to be some more comments because I am going to be keep continue try to continue with this live stream for a bit or so. Yep. So, anyways, I'm not quite sure what else to be saying or so, but I just played the short, and I really do hope that you people have been be tuning in for that and stuff like that. Yep. So, anyways, one thing that I am going to be saying though is wait, hold on. Wait, why are some people not be are not tuning in for this? I'm a bit confused. Okay. Okay, anyways, I'm not too worried about that, but I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some, other comments and whatnot. But I actually find that to be, a bit funnier. So let me see if I can try to, check that out more in the live chat. Okay, so let me see if I can just, take a quick look at it or so. Okay, this is what you're saying, or what I believe you're saying as of right now. BKT official, Kadeem in the bed with EDP. Okay, one thing that I gotta say about that is just absolutely funny if you, wanted to have a chance to be, saying that. Yep. Anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other comments and whatnot, because the one thing that I am gonna be saying though is this is just funny that, what some of you people are actually saying. Like this is just, what can I say? This is just overall just funny. It really is. Yep. Okay, so let me see if I could try to, continue more with this live stream because, what can I say? I'm just, getting started with this. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see what some other people are going to be saying. Okay, let me see what Brick is saying or what I believe he's saying though as of right now. Bye, guys. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, Brick. One thing that I want to say in regards to you is I really thought that you were going to be, tuning in for this live stream even more though. But if you're not going to have a chance to be doing that, then I can't really say anything all that much though. But it's up to you on what you actually want to be doing or so. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be some other comments and whatnot. And by the way, Brick, if you want to have a chance to join, I would have just, let you in, no problem. Yep. So, anyways, Brick, just I don't know. You're more than welcome to let me know if you just want to have a chance to, let me know. Okay, let me see what BKT official is saying or what I believe he's saying as of right now. Kadeem the cinnamon stick. Okay, I will have to admit, like that was actually funny that you just said that. If you just wanted to have a chance to just call Kadeem like a cinnamon stick or something, I don't know. But I'm gonna have to admit, like, that is actually, funny that you just, had the chance to, be saying that and stuff like that. Yep. So, anyways, just let me see if there's going to be some other comments and whatnot because, I'm just very thankful that, I'm making content when it comes to this group channel. I really do hope that there's gonna be some even more, Okay, so let me just, take a look at this. Okay, so let me see what BKT official is saying or what I believe he's saying as of right now. Sometimes I mix peanut butter and jelly with ice cream. So I see. But anyways, the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, in regards to you, BKT official, is that's understandable on what you actually, want to have a chance to be doing and whatnot. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see if what you were going to be saying though, because most likely that I am going to be, continuing more with this live stream because, I really do hope that you're just, enjoying this, and I really do hope that there's going to be some other people and whatnot. Yep. But overall, I can honestly say though is I've already, said what I need to say, and that's pretty much what I am going to be saying. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I could try to let people know if they want to have a chance to, join the panel and whatnot. Like if people want to have a chance to, yeah. Okay, so give me 1 second because I just want to make sure if, wait, hold on. Okay, I'm not too worried about what's been going on with, yep. Okay, so anyways, let me see if I could try to tune in for, or what I meant to say is I'm gonna see if I could try to let people know about more of this live stream. So yeah, just give me 1 second because I just want to make sure if, if people will just, be tuning in for this. Yep, and if people want to have a chance to join the panel and literally say anything that they want to say, then, they can come in and actually say their piece if they actually want to. Yep. But I'm just checking through my socials if people want to have a chance to, literally come in, yes, come in and actually say their piece. Yep. So I don't think that people, are not really active all that much though, but I just want to make sure if they are going to be coming. Yep. Okay, so let me just double check this really quick. And I think most likely, if people just want to come in and just, actually say their piece, then they're more than welcome to actually do so. Yep. Okay, so the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is I really do hope that. Wait, hold on 1 second. Okay, so let me see what BKT official going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. The Alchemist is Gordon Ramsay of hip hop. Oh, okay. So the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, in regards to you, BKT official, is that's understandable on, what you actually want to have a chance to be doing. I'm not quite sure what you actually mean by that, but that part can be, understandable when it comes to, But if you could try to explain or elaborate when it comes to the Alchemist of Gordon Ramsay of hip hop, then you could try to explain or elaborate and whatnot. Yep. Yep. Okay, so let me see if there's going to be some more comments or so because, so far this live stream is actually going good. And I really do hope that, people for the most part have been, tuning in, which, I just appreciate. Yep. So, anyways, let me see if there's going to be some, more comments. Okay. So, I believe that we have just reached the 1 hour mark. So, one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is this live stream is going to be continuing at least for a bit or so. Yep. And I will be ending this live stream though, but a bit, later or so. But I want to make sure if I could try to continue with this live stream. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just, take a look at some of these, other comments and whatnot. Yep. Wait, I am gonna say this though as of right now, but is it true that is this Gordon Ramsay actually, into hip hop? I don't even know, but but regardless, let me see what BKT official is going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. His production with beats is dope. Oh, okay. So the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, BKT TV official is that is understandable. You could say. Yep. So, anyways, I'm just gonna just try to continue more with this live stream or so because I just want to make sure that you are tuning in for this, and I really do hope that other people are also going to be tuning into this as well. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just take a look at this because one thing that I want to say though that is for certain though is I just really appreciate every last one of you just being in my live chat, and yeah, we'll just go from there. Yep. Okay, so anyways, I'm just gonna see if there's gonna be some more comments though because this live stream is gonna be continuing. Yep. But I think most likely it's just BKT official that's been, trying to, be active more. And that's the one thing that I, have to appreciate from him. Yep. But I'm just, wondering if there's going to be some other people that will be, tuning in more when it comes to this live stream or so. Yep. Okay. So far, I've already at least got the majority of your people's comments or so, and I've already, reacted to that so-called short at least twice or so. So, anyways, one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is I really do hope that. Wait, hold on. Okay, so let me see what BKT official is going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. I am watching Dragon Knight's videos. Oh, okay. So the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, in regards to you, BKT official, is that's understandable if you just want to just go on ahead and just watch his videos and whatnot. But when it comes to yes, Dragon Knight. I don't mean to like go off topic though, but I want to see if I could try to have some more. Or what I meant to say is, I want to see if I could try to have have those civil conversation with them. I don't mind if it's like more of them. I want to have a chance to just have a civil conversation with them because the way I see it though is it has been like a quite a mad while since I've interacted with that guy, and I never once had an issue with them. I don't really keep up with like every one of his, content, but I do whatever I can to make sure if I can, try to keep up with it. Okay, this is what I believe you're saying as of right now, BKT official. I came up with a new community name, Infinity Spear Community. Well, one thing that I am going to be saying though when it comes to that is that could be a possibility or so, but I'm not going to just, jump into a conclusion and just, call the community that name or so. To be fair with you, BKT official, it could be a possibility, but I'm not gonna like jump into a conclusion if I can, name that community that name. Yep. So one thing that I want to say though, that is for certain though, is I'm just gonna go on ahead and just, try to continue more with this, live stream and whatnot, because one thing that I am gonna be saying though is I've already said, my piece about this so far, and I really do hope that, you're gonna be, saying more of your piece. I'm just wondering if there's going to be some other people or so. I mean, they could be busy with, their own personal lives, but thankfully I was able to, react to, the response at least twice or so. So I guess now we could just, have a, quote unquote chill talk now. Yep. So I've already said my piece in regards to Kadeem, and nothing about this is actually surprising. Like it really isn't. Yep. So, anyways, I'm just gonna go on ahead and just see if there's gonna be some more comments. But I'm pretty sure that I think only BKT official is gonna be the only one that's gonna be leaving some more comments and whatnot. But that's up to him. Yep. But anyways, BKT official, I try to ask you a question. That I tried to get your name correctly, which is quote unquote Bron King. But if I happen to get it incorrectly, I do apologize for that. But I want to make sure if I can have that chance to get your name correctly or so. Yep. I know that name is new, and I really do hope that I am going to be getting used to that name. But I really do hope if I got it correctly or so. But if I didn't, then I can't really say anything about that though, unfortunately. Yep. But I really do hope that I was able to get it correctly. Yep. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be some more comments or so. Because one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is wait, hold on. Yep. Okay. So let me see what some other people are going to be saying right now because I'm just trying to see if there's going to be some more comments and whatnot. Okay. So far, I'm not really seeing anything as of right now, but thankfully, I was able to get the majority of the comments, though, which I do appreciate. Okay. So let me see what BKT official is going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. So we could all move on from the past and have a better community than ever. Okay, so to answer your question though, as of right now, is that could be like a better name suggestion. That is like a good name suggestion, but I think for the most part, BKT official is the current name that we have in our community. I would say though, in my own personal opinion, I would say it's actually going good for the most part anyway. Yep. So just to give you a heads up though, as of right now, BKT official is I think we're just gonna just keep the name exactly the way it is, but I'm not quite sure if we should call that name. Quote unquote Infinity yes, Infinity War community. I'm not quite sure if we should be able to, say it like that. I mean, it is a good name suggestion, but I'm not quite sure if we should have the chance to be, naming it that. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some even more comments, especially from you, BKT official, because I want to make sure if I can, try to see if you're going to be answering some, more questions and whatnot. Yep. Okay, so let me see if there's going to be some more comments from you, BKT official, because, I guess so far for the most part, it's just me and you anyway. So, like what I said just now, I've already, reacted to those, to the video at least twice. So, I don't believe I have to do it again. Nope, I've already said my piece, and I'm just gonna go on ahead and just leave it at that. Yep. Okay. So let me see what BKT official is saying, or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. Which is better, One Piece or My Hero Academia? Okay, so to answer your question as of right now, BKT official is I'm not quite sure which one is like better. They both sound like good franchises and whatnot, but I'm not quite sure if I should pick either One Piece or My Hero Academia. But the choice is entirely up to you on what you actually want to have a chance to be saying or so. So just to give you like a heads up on this, BKT official is I'm not quite sure. I don't have a preference though as of right now, but it's entirely up to you or so. Yep. So, anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some more people or so because I'm starting to see that there's some new people or so. So, yeah. Okay. So, anyways, let me see who is here, or I believe who is here, right now. We've got the funny guy 9000. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, funny guy. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you're having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, funny guy. But anyways, since you are actually here as of right now, if you want to have a chance to, come into the panel and actually say your piece, then you are more than welcome to actually do so. But it's up to you on what you actually want to be doing. But just to make, just in case, I'm gonna see if I could try to, send you the link. Like the way I see it though, as of right now, funny guy, I'm not trying to, force you. Like that's not what I'm doing. But I want to make sure if you want to have a chance to, join. But that's up to you. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see what BKT official saying, or what I believe he's saying to us right now. And I had the Burger King Steakhouse burger. Oh, okay. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and try to send this to the one and only the Funny Guy 9000 if he wants to have a chance to actually, say his piece on this. Okay. So let me see if I could try to have a chance to, let him know about this. Okay. Okay. So there we go. So, anyways, one thing that I want to say in regards to you, funny guy, is if you want to have a chance to be joining, then it should be right there. So it should be in one of your DMs though. Let me see what platform that I sent it to. Okay, so it should be on Discord. So if you haven't had a chance to, get the link on Discord, then I might send it to you on other social media platforms. But I'm gonna see if you actually had the chance to be getting it or so. Okay, so I'm gonna see if you actually got the link, and if you want to have a chance to actually say your piece, then you're more than welcome to actually do so. Yep. But keep this in mind. I'm not trying to force the Funding 9000 to be joining because that's up to him though, but I'm just recommending if he wants to have a chance to be joining or so. So keep this in mind. I'm just recommending, but if you don't want to be joining, then, I'm not going to be forcing him to be doing that. Yep. Okay. So let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be some, other comments and whatnot, because so far this live stream is going to be continuing and it will do so. Because for me, I'm just, saying my piece about all of this. Okay. So let me go on ahead and see what, what Funny Guy is going to be at least saying. So yeah. Okay. So anyways, other than that, let me see what Funny Guy is going to be saying, or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. For now, I'm eating. Oh, okay. But the one thing I want to say as of right now, funny guy, is that's understandable if you just want to just, eat and whatnot. Like that part can be completely understandable or so. But funny guy, one thing I want to say though is if you don't want to have a chance to be, joining like the panel, which is, yes, my streamer panel. Well, obviously on StreamYard, that's understandable or so. But if you just want to remain in the live chat, then that's fine or so. But I'm pretty sure that you have like another live stream that you want to join or so. But yeah. That's entirely up to you on what you actually want to be doing. Yep. Okay. So let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some, some more comments. Okay. Okay. So now I'm starting to see some more comments. So let me go on ahead and see what BKT official is saying, or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. Umbrella, have you tried the steakhouse burger? Okay. So to answer your question though, as of right now, no, I haven't got a chance to actually try out the steakhouse burger, unfortunately. Yep. I'm not quite sure if I should at least try it out or so, but who knows? I'm not quite sure if I should have a chance to try it out, BKT official, but who knows? Maybe in the future I could possibility have a chance to, try it out and whatnot, but who knows? So, anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other comments and whatnot. Yep. But one thing that I am gonna be saying though is wait, hold on. Let me just check this out really quick. Okay. Let me see what funny guy's saying or what I believe he's saying though as of right now. Other streams to join later. Oh, okay. Well, the one thing I want to say though, as of right now, funny guy, is you don't have to necessarily join or so, but the choice is up to you if you want to have a chance to join. But if you have like other streams that you want to have a chance to be joining, then I'm not gonna like force you or anything like that. Like that's not what I'm gonna be doing. Nope. But funny guy, if you just want to have a chance to just chit chat, just me and you, then you're more than welcome to actually do so. Yep. But anyways, one thing that I want to say though, that is for certain though, is I'm just gonna just continue more with this live stream, and that's the one thing that I am gonna be saying though. Yep. Okay, so let me just see if there's going to be some more comments though. Okay, let me see what BKT official is saying or what I believe he's saying though, right here, right now. That tastes so good. So I see. But anyways, the one thing that I am going to be saying though is I might consider trying it out though if I want to just, try a steakout burger at a local Burger King. But BKT official, if you say that is good, then I could possibility, give it a shot or so. But yeah. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though is I might consider trying it out or so, but I'm not quite sure when I'll be able to do that. Yep. So, anyways, let me see if there's going to be some other comments or so because I do plan on keeping this live stream for a bit or so because I do want to make sure that you people in the live chat are just enjoying this so far. Yep. Okay, so let me see what funny guy's saying or what I believe he's saying right here right now. But yeah, Kadeem spams his channel. Yep. That is the one thing that I have been noticing as of right now, funny guy, is he does have the habit, of spamming his channel by, making content, deleting them, making content, deleting them, and the cycle just keeps on going over and over and over again. It's like he does have that habit. It's like this. He makes content and then all of a sudden he just deletes it. Yep. Because he knows that he doesn't want like the smoke from any of us. And what we're doing, we are just literally, calling out his actions. That's exactly what we're doing. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other comment. And I'm pretty sure that BKT official can, I believe, back me up on this one or so. Let me see what he's gonna be saying or what I believe he's saying. Remember the video that Kadeem stole from Instagram? Okay, so to answer your question, as of right now, BKT official is I sure as hell remember that it's like this. He should have known better not to be doing that. And for the life of me, I don't understand why it has like, so many views on his channel, more specifically his main channel. And it's like this. That video, or should I say short rather, he doesn't even own it whatsoever. It's like it's not even his. And he didn't even give credit to like the creator of that, short. He didn't. He just, copied and pasted the video. Or should I say short rather. And it's like this, like the way I see it right now is he needs to know when to make his own content rather than stealing other people's content because the way I see it, that's not being a good content creator whatsoever. Like, no, it's like this. You make your own content. It's like it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's like, videos, shorts, and streams and whatnot. It's like you make your own content. You don't steal other people's content. There is a difference when it comes to that. But unfortunately, when it comes to people like, Kadeem, he doesn't want to learn from the error of his ways. And that's honestly quite sad that he doesn't want to have a chance to, change for the better. So by that logic as of right now, BKT official, that is honestly quite sad that Kadeem doesn't want to have a chance to be, changing for the better. He doesn't want to hold himself accountable. And I believe that he did say that he's proud of what he's doing or so. So in a way, that's actually quite sad that, his so-called ego is getting the best of him. So that's what Kadeem is known for doing. Yep. So, anyways, funny guy, is there anything that you want to say though, really quick in the live chat? I mean, I'm not quite sure if you want to have a chance to join, but keep us in mind. I'm not trying to force you to be joining the panel. Like that's not what I'm doing. But it's just I gave you the link. If the way I see it though, it's just optional or so. Or as a matter of fact, if you don't want it, that's fine. You could just remain in the live chat because I believe you told me that you just want to be in like other streams and whatnot. So yeah. Okay. So now that I think about it, funny guy, I think it's better if you were in the live chat, but you're more than welcome to just, continue to be saying your piece in the live chat or so. Like it's fine. Because I can understand if you want to like join like other streams and whatnot, like later. Yep. So again, I'm not going to force you, and I think it's far better if you were in the live chat or so. So there could be like another time for you to join, the panel and whatnot. But the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, funny guy, is I do enjoy like our conversations that we've been having for the most part, especially on Discord and whatnot. Yep. Because the way I see it though, as of right now, funny guy, is you have been like a good friend of mine, and I would see that you are starting to become like a good personal friend of mine, which I do appreciate. And not to mention, funny guy, like I'm gonna be saying this for content purposes. Ever since I have, joined like your community, or should I say your club rather, I'm starting to become like a better person since I've joined that, community or club. I don't think I want to say the name though, because, I want to make sure if that, community, or should I say, my bad, that club rather stays private the way I see it. Yep. So I really do hope that, this year, good things will be happening, especially if it's me and you, and especially to your own community. Oh, my bad. Or should I say, your club rather. Okay. So let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some, other comments though, because I'm starting to see that there's some, more comments, which I do appreciate from every last one of you. And that's the one thing that I want to say though. Yep. Wait, hold on. Is it just me, or is BKTV official trying to tell me something that he wants to go on ahead and, eat something? I don't even know. But the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, BKT official, is I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say though, but I think most likely I'm going to see what you are going to be saying though. But let me just see what you are going to be saying though. Anyway, yep. So, anyways, let me just take a quick look at it. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just wait. Let me see what BKT official is saying, or what I believe he's saying though. I'm not quite sure what is that though, but let me go on ahead and just take a quick look at it or so. Yep. Okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna worry too much about that though, but let me just go on ahead and just, check my DM really quick. Wait, hold on. Wait, funny guy, since you are actually here, do you want to have a chance to join? I mean, I thought that you were gonna be joining other live streams, so I did give you the link though, but I just figured that I thought you were gonna join like a different type of live stream because you did say that you wanted to have a chance to, how do I say this? I thought that you wanted to join like a different live stream, but if you don't want to, then that's fine. I'm not gonna like force you. Yep. But all I can really say as of right now is the choice is entirely up to you on what you actually want to be doing for so. Yep. So, anyways, funny guy, I just want to make sure if you're still in the live chat or so, but I want to make sure. Do you still want to have a chance to be joining though? But if you don't want to, you don't have to. Like I said, I'm not forcing you, but it's optional if you want to join. But I just thought that you were gonna join like a different type of live stream. Yep. I mean, let me go on ahead and see. Let me see. Oh, by the way, funny guy. I mean, just to let you know, I mean, I thought that you were gonna join a different live stream, but my question is, do you still want to join this one though? I want to hear this. Do you still want to join, or do you want to like join like a different live stream? I mean, the choice up to you. Again, I'm not forcing. It's optional if you want to have a chance to join. Yes, sir. But let me go on ahead and see if if it's a possibility, a funny guy wants to have a chance to join. But if he doesn't want to, like I said, if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. I'm not gonna force him because that's not what I'm gonna be doing. Yep. Okay, funny guy. But just to make sure, I guess I will send you the link like at least one more time or so. And if you don't want to just say your piece on this, then you're more than welcome to do so. So I guess most likely I'm gonna see if I could just send funny guy the link at least one more time if he wants to have a chance to join. Okay, let me go on my Discord and I'm gonna go on ahead and see if Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Funny guy, thanks for giving me an update that, I'm not gonna say that person's name though, but thanks for letting me know that, that person's not live. I'm not gonna say what his name is because, this live stream has nothing to do with, him whatsoever. Okay. So anyways, let me see if I can do this right here. Okay, there we go. So there you go, funny guy. You should be able to have the link now, but again, I'm not going to force you, but the choice is up to you if you want to have a chance to join. Yep. So, anyways, I'm just gonna go on ahead and just wait for him. Let me see what BKT official is saying, or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. I just made new beats. Oh, okay. Well, the one thing that I gotta say, as of right now, BKT official is that's actually pretty cool that you actually made some new beats or so. So I never thought that you would be into that and whatnot. Yep. Okay, so let me see if there's going to be some even more comments or so because I just want to make sure if there is going to be some other comments for me to actually check out. Yep. Okay, so let me see if someone is if Funny Guy is going to be backstage. So let me just take a quick look at it. Okay, so anyways, I guess that Funny Guy wants to have a chance to come in and say his piece or so. Okay, so anyways, Funny Guy, the choice up to you, and I really do hope that you're going to have a chance to be joining in the panel and actually saying your piece and whatnot. Yep. But one thing that I am going to be saying though is the choice is up to you on what you actually want to, what you want to be doing. Yep. Okay, so let me see if there's going to be some other comments or so because in a little while I am going to be letting Funny Guy into the panel so that way he'll be able to say his piece. Yep. Okay, so let me see what some other people are going to be saying. Okay, so let me see what BKT official is going to be saying or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. I do it all on my phone. Oh, okay. So, anyways, the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, BKTV official is that's understandable if you want to have a chance to, do everything on your phone and whatnot. So yeah, but I'm gonna go on ahead and see what you are gonna be saying though, and then most likely I'm gonna see if if the action will be happening, so that way I'll be able to let people in. Well, one thing that I want to say as of right now, BKT official is I really do hope that you're just enjoying this live stream, especially since Funny Guy's in the live chat. And yes, he'll be here any minute though. But the point that I'm trying to be making though is BKT official. I would recommend you for you to be tuning into Funny Guy's channel and whatnot because he actually does know how to make some good content. So that's the one thing that I want to say in regards to you. Oh, what a surprise! I guess Funny Guy is actually here that quickly. So I'm gonna see if I can let him into the panel, and he'll be able to say his piece. And I guess possibility I can make an exception at least one more time just to play that short really quick, and then Funny Guy can finally say his piece or so. Yep. So, anyways, other than that, all I can really say as of right now is I'm gonna go on ahead and just start the procedure. I'm gonna go on ahead and let the Funny Guy 9000. I'll let him in the panel so that way he'll be able to say his piece. And then, yeah, that pretty much will just be it. So, anyways, you people are actually going to be in for a surprise because I am going to be starting the procedure. Yep. So, I guess it's about that time for me to actually do it. Okay. So, anyways, I'm going to go on ahead and start the procedure and actually let the one and only the Funnigan 9000 into the streamer panel. Okay. So, anyways, I'm going to go on ahead and start the procedure. Okay. Here we go. Transfer the Funnigan 9000, scanner the Funnigan 9000, virtualization.
Going,
Why, hello there, funny guy. How's your fluffiness of a day?
going good.
Gotcha, didn't I?
Yup.
I swear that is
Hold
really
on.
old.
Yep.
Yep.
Never gets old.
Yeah, but you know me, I just like to come up with these jokes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? What happened to Funny Guy? That was quite unexpected. He was just here, and then all of a sudden, I guess he must have lost connection or so. I mean, I really do hope that he's doing okay or so. Let me see what BKT official saying or what I believe he's saying. Have you been to TGI Fridays? Okay. So to answer your question though, as of right now, is I don't believe that I've heard of it, but I don't think I've been to, TGI Fridays, which I have, you know, I don't know too much about that or so. Yep. So anyways, let me go on ahead and just take a quick look at this really quick because I just want to make sure if that was just unexpected though. It's like funny guy was just here and then all of a sudden I guess he must have lost connection. It's like that was like really unexpected or so. Well, I really do hope that he'll be able to come in back into the panel and actually say his piece or so, but that was like really unexpected. Okay. So let me see if there's gonna be some other comments or so. I mean, I'm gonna see if I could try to DM Funny Guy because that was really unexpected though, because I wasn't expecting that. It's like I thought he was here for him to say his piece, and then all of a sudden I don't understand what happened to him. I don't know. But I'm gonna see if I could try to get to the bottom of this and whatnot. Because that was, very unexpected or so. Okay. So let me see what just happened just now. Okay, so let me see if I can actually try to get to the bottom of this because this is like very unexpected or so. Like, I don't know. But then again, I don't think stuff like this surprises me though when it comes to, being, how do I say this? Having like internet issues. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Or should I say Wi-Fi issues for short? Yeah. Okay. So let me see what Funny Guy is saying or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. Disconnected. Oh, okay. So the one thing I want to say as of right now, Funny Guy, is if you were disconnected, then that's quite unexpected or so. But I really do hope that, you'll have everything resolved or so. But if you want to try to have a chance to come back into the panel and actually say your piece, then you're more than welcome to actually do so. But the choice up to you on what you actually want to have a chance to be doing. Yep. So, anyways, Funny Guy, you should be able to still have the link or so. But if you don't have it or so, but it's up to you on what you actually want to have a chance to be doing. Yep. But you can go on ahead and just take your time, and then most likely I'm gonna see if I can try to let you back into the panel or so because I want to have a chance to let you say your piece. Okay, let me see what you're saying, Funny Guy, or what I believe you're saying as of right now. Gotta restart my computer. Oh, okay. Well, just go on ahead and just take your time, Funny Guy, and then whenever you're ready, I really do hope that you're gonna be, have a chance to say your piece or so. But like I said earlier, you don't have to join if you don't want to, but it's just, optional because the way I see it though, it's like I don't force people to join my, streamer panels and whatnot. You could say I used to in the past, but I'm not gonna really say too much into that though. But one thing that does matter though is it's up to the people themselves if they want to have a chance to join because I don't force people to join my, streamer panels though, at least not anymore. It's up to the people themselves if they want to have a chance to join. So keep that in mind. So that's the one thing that I am going to be saying though, and I'm going to be leaving it up to the funding in 1,000 if he wants to have a chance to join. Okay, So, anyways, I guess Funny Guy will take care of some things, and then I guess this will be, it or so. Yep. So if he wants to go on ahead and just, come to the panel and actually say his piece, then he's more than welcome to do so. Yep. But one thing is for certain though is this live stream is going to be continuing, and I'm going to go on ahead and just let him into the streamer panel. But I think he needs to go take care of some things. Yep. And for those who are wondering, one thing that I want to say though that is for certain though is yes, Funny Guy does have a life outside of YouTube, more specifically the internet, and yes, he does have like priorities that he needs to be doing, especially you know taking care of his own community, or should I say rather his club. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if things are looking good for him, because in a little while I am going to be seeing if I can try to let him in into the panel, and then I'll be able to let him say his piece. Yep. But I can honestly say as of right now is so far that I really do appreciate that people have been tuning in for this live stream, which I greatly appreciate. So yeah. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though is I really do hope that that there is going to be some more people. Well, I'm not quite sure if they are going to be having a chance to join. But the point that I'm trying to be making though is so far I would say that this live stream is actually going good for the most part. Yep. So, anyways, I guess for the time being, we're just gonna go on ahead and just wait for the funny guy 9000 for him to join. But like I said, the choice is up to him. But unfortunately, he has to go take care of some things though. Yep. Okay. So, but if funny guy wants like a new link, then most likely I'm gonna go on ahead and just try to have a chance to send it to him, and then we'll just talk from there. Yep. But one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is yeah, something like this can happen from time to time when it comes to having when it comes to being disconnected. Yeah, that part. I mean, what I meant to say is that part can be annoying though. That's what I meant to say. I was about to say card. I'm like, what the heck? Why am I saying card? What I meant to say is part. Yeah. Okay. So let me see what BKT official is saying, or what I believe he's saying right here right now. Can I get a Bloxy meal? Okay, so I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, BKT official, but I don't even know what you're saying when it comes to, Block C meal. Like I have no idea what, you're trying to say. But if you actually want to have one or so, I don't know. The choice up to you if you want to have a chance to have a Block C meal. But to be fair with you, BKT official, I don't even know what that is. Unfortunately, I don't know too much about that though. Yep. So, anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and just see if there's going to be some other comments and whatnot, because so far I'm already saying my piece for the most part anyway when it comes to this live stream. Anyways, let me see who's here, or I believe who's here right here right now. We've got Troll Swag. How's it going? One thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is it's good to see you, or should I say, it is great to see you, Troll Swag. So this is honestly just quite a surprise that you are actually here in my live chat, and this is honestly just quite a surprise that you are actually here though. Like I really am just surprised. Yep. Anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other comments or so, because so far I'm just enjoying this live stream, and I think most likely I'm just gonna go on ahead and just try to continue more with this live stream, you could say. Yep. But check this out. I'm actually noticing that there's some more people, which I will get to in just a bit. Anyways, let me see who is here, or I believe who is here right now. Hey, Rage Master, what's up, man? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Rage Master. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you're having a good day so far. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, Rage Master. Yep. But anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if you're gonna be saying your piece because I do appreciate that you are actually here as of right now, Rage Master. And so that's the one thing that I just have to greatly appreciate, especially from you. Yep. By the way, Rage Master, you just missed it. Funny Guy was just here like temporarily, but unfortunately he got disconnected for whatever reason or so. But hopefully he's gonna be able to fix it because it doesn't come as a shock that having issues, it happens. So yeah. Okay, so the one thing I want to say in regards to you, Rage Master, is this is what I believe you said to Troll Swag. Are you ready to challenge Kadeem to a boxing match? Okay, so the one thing I want to say in regards to Troll Swag is I think that he should do it or so. Yep. But it's up to Troll Swag if he wants to have a chance to, have that challenge with, Kadeem. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if he's gonna be singing his piece. Yep. But let me go on ahead and see if I can check things with Funny Guy if he wants to have a chance to join. But this is like unexpected. It's like he was just here. All of a sudden, I guess I must have lost contact with them. Like that was quite unexpected or so. Yep. But let me see what BKT official saying or what I believe he's saying right here right now. Remember when Jackal Goldcake challenged Kadeem to fight him, but Kadeem never showed up. Okay. So the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, BKT official is yeah, I heard about that, and that doesn't really come as a shock. So that's the one thing that I want to say. Yep. Okay. So let me go on ahead and see if let me see if this is actually going to be working because I want to make sure if Funny Guy actually is actually doing good. What I meant to say is I really hope that his connection is going to be good because I want to make sure if he can actually come into the panel and actually say his piece, and I really hope that he's not going to have any connection issues or so. So that's the one thing that I am going to be saying though. Yep. So, anyways, while I wait for Funny Guy, let me go on ahead and check these comments, and then if he happens to come back into the panel, or what I meant to say, if he's backstage, I will let him into the panel, no problem. So that way he'll be able to say his piece. Because one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now is I think in my own personal opinion, I think Funny Guy can only be here for a bit though because there is like different types of live streams that he is going to be joining or so. So I think most likely he'll be in this one and then he'll be in a different one. But I'm not going to say like the person's name or so because the way I see it though is I want to make sure that I don't involve like my friends into this because well, my friend want to say their opinion about it. That's different though. But in regards to getting involved in like drama and whatnot, it's not gonna happen. But if they just want to give their opinion, that is completely different. So that's the way that I was able to. That's the way I see things. But anyways, okay. So now I can see the Funny Guy is actually back now. So Funny Guy, since you're actually here backstage though, hopefully that you're not gonna have any connection issues because yeah, I would have that problem sometimes. It's like whenever people have a chance to join Streamyard, it does happen from time to time, and yeah, that part can be annoying. It's like you join Streamyard and then the very next minute you lose connection. Yeah, that part can be annoying. But that's not gonna stop me from doing StreamYard though. Like that's not gonna happen whatsoever. Like nope. So anyways, let me go on ahead and go to backstage and I'm gonna finally add Funny Guy. And by the way, Rage Master, I guess you're gonna be in for a treat because I can tell that you just have like a really good friendship with the Funnigan 9000. Yep. So anyways, I don't think I'm gonna be starting the procedure, but I'll just let him in though, and I'll finally let him say his piece. Okay, so I'm finally gonna go on ahead and let him in. So, yep, here we go. Virtualization.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm back. Sorry about that. My computer was slow. Yeah, I'm back. So yeah, I had to restart because my computer was slow. That was probably why you saw the connection issue. But yeah, all I can say is Kadeem needs to stop spamming his channel, but I highly doubt he's gonna listen. So yeah, what's your thoughts on this?
Yep. So you heard it right here, folks. You heard it from the one and only the Funny Guy 9000. So he needs to stop spamming. It's like he needs to stop, making content and deleting them. It's like extremely annoying at this point.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
Yep, that's good to hear, Trolls Flag.
Okay, so the one thing I want to say in regards to you, Troll Swag, is go on ahead and do it. And I'm not quite sure if I should mention his so-called butt putty because at this point they're both clowns, and one of them is just a complete ass kisser for real.
That is right. Kadeem wasting his own time, and yeah, he's just wasting his own time.
Yep. So one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, Rage Master is he's just overall just wasting his time. It's like, what can I say about him? It's like he makes content, he deletes it, and when people actually call him out through his bullshit, he literally plays the victim.
That is true. Rage Master says, "Good day, Tiki Dog. How was your Tiki Dog of the bluiness of the day? Going good."
But one thing that I want to say though, this is why I just love my live chat. I'm pretty sure that they're just coming from my channel, my main channel. But in all honesty, this is why I just respect my chat because they give literally zero fucks about Kadeem.
Yep. That's funny. BKTV.
Yep. And by the way, I am going to make this disclaimer right here, right now. If anyone, fucks with my best friend, you could say like an older brother to me, which is the one and only Spear21. Guess what? They are fucking with me as well.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. Oh, and by the way, I want to give you props, Trollspot, because the last time I believe this was like during like last month, which is last year, that I believe you were in my streamer panel for the first time, and then I get that you didn't really say much, but that was actually understandable if you were in my panel roasting Kadeem.
Mm-hmm. I'm Mr. Crab. Oh, sorry. I'm Mr. Krabs, real gangster roasting Kadeem the King and busting his house.
Okay, so is it just me, Rage Master, or let me guess, you got it from one of the members, like in the Week Club and whatnot? I mean, I'm not quite sure if I want to say like that person's name though, because I'm trying to respect his privacy, but I'm pretty sure I know who you got that from.
Yep. That could be the case. That could be the case.
Yep. So, anyways, are there any more comments in the live chat though? Because I am gonna keep this live stream going for a bit anyway. I don't think there's not really more for me to say though. But funny guy, I think I could consider playing that short at least one more time, and you can give your thoughts and opinion about it. But in a bit or
Sure.
so.
Sure. You can do that.
Yep.
Sure, you can do that. Yep.
Yep. And one thing that I am gonna be saying though, as of right now, is I really do hope that I can keep my word on this. So One thing I want to say though is I think only Kadeem's getting one response. If he happens to make another one, then most likely I'm not going to be responding because pretty much at this point, Kadeem is proving our point.
That's right.
I'm gonna say this right now is I'll only make live streams that are gonna be like this when they're absolutely necessary. But I think for the most part, this is what I think. I don't think they're gonna be in my main channel all that much though. So I think most likely they're gonna be in this group channel, which is the Bad Blood Misfits Reloaded.
Yeah.
Yep. And by the way, I got to give major props to the one and only our leader, our creator, Killer Cyber Slayer 99. So I got to give him major props for letting me access, the group channel and whatnot. And he's actually a pretty cool dude.
Yep. Shout out to Killer Cyber Slayer.
Yep. By the way, speaking of Killer Cyber Slayer 99, I haven't got a chance to talk with him. It's like I think he may be active like on Facebook/Messenger, but I'm gonna see if I can try to reach out to him because I don't have an issue with them, but I'm not quite sure if he's gonna be making content though this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. Well, I'm not quite sure if Killer Cyber Slayer 99 is gonna be. Yeah, if he's gonna be here. Wait, what's funny guy?
uh, BKTV says a comment.
Oh, okay. You can read it.
Oh yeah. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. Of course. True. Yes. Getting this. Huh, that's funny.
Wait, let me see.
Yep.
Just wow, dude. I mean, I never thought, as of right now, BKTV official, I never thought that you would be, roasting Kadeem like that. But in all honesty, he deserves it, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Definitely.
Because the way I see it, though, as of right now, BKT official is, I spoken to some people about this, since he doesn't want to move on from any of us. Well, at this point, guess what? Hashtag fair is fair at this point. Like, I'm gonna say it how it is.
Yeah.
Yep. But if I'm gonna be honest, with the people in the live chat, I just really enjoy making content with, like I don't mind making content with this one, but the point that I'm trying to be making though is I just enjoy making content, on other channels. Anyways, go on ahead, funny guy. You can read Rage Master's comment.
I miss the crabs. Real gangster beat the living shit out of Kadeem the King into a boxing match. Ha ha ha. That's funny. Ha ha ha.
That's a good one, Rage Master.
Yep, definitely a good one.
But is it just me, or is this stream into comedy now?
Yep.
By the way, Rage Master, since you are here in my live chat, I'm pretty sure since I guess you could say this is a comedy stream as of right now, but since it is, I guess you're gonna be into that because Rage Master, if I'm not mistaken, I think you and I had conversations about this that you really enjoy comedy streams.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But I'm gonna say it right now to the people in the Bad Blood Misfits Reloaded. If you don't know Rage Master like I do, he did say at one point that he would rather prefer, comedy streams over drama streams. And in all honesty, I don't blame Rage Master one bit. So this is to the people in the Bad Blood Misfits Reloaded.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. So as the people can actually see us right here, Rage Master actually does agree with me on that. So yeah. And by the way, if you people get to know Rage Master like me and Funny Guy do, he's actually a pretty cool person to actually get to know. But anyways, Funny Guy, do you want to check out BKTV official's comment? You're more than welcome to do so.
Speaking of pain, the first time Kadeem had. Oh my god, really? But yeah, really? Is that true? Oh man, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, same here. But let's be honest, BKT official, he is just a locale at this point.
Yup, definitely.
Yep, like he honestly is right now. And BKT official, I've already said it once, and I will say it again. Since he doesn't want to move on from any of us, though, then I am gonna keep on saying it. Hashtag fair is fair at this point because it's like this. For the most part, we're trying to have a good year, but Kadeem wants to keep this shit up, so no surprise.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep, most definitely.
Definitely. Yep.
Yep, but I'm gonna see if there's more comments. So, are there more comments though? I want to make sure.
Yep. Is there any more comments?
I'm gonna go on ahead and just let people let them decide for themselves. Yep. So, anyways, I think it's about time for me to get the video ready. So, anyways, funny guy, once I get the video ready, I think you're more than welcome to say your piece. I've already played it like at least once or twice or so, but you're more than welcome to actually say your piece on that. So, yeah, I'm gonna be playing it in a bit.
Yep. I'm ready.
Wait, what is BKT official saying? Wait.
That's funny. Uh,
That is just pure comedy gold right there.
All right. Can you hurry? Can you have the short ready?
Okay, but before I get into that, can you check out BKT official's comment? Can you read it out loud? It is so funny.
You know who else love? You know that guy. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But anyways, start the short now. Get it
Wait,
ready.
what?
I'm not gonna. Can you start the short now, please?
Oh, okay then. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can try to get it working. Hmm. For some strange reason, it's not letting me. I'm gonna see if I could try to reshare it.
Okay.
This is odd as of right now. It's like it was working though. Like earlier, I played it like twice or so, but now all of a sudden, now I don't understand why it's not working though. But one thing I want to say right now to you, funny guy, and to the people in the live chat, I'm gonna be playing this video at least one more time, but not to worry though. I do have it, but I really hope that I can get it working again.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. Sometimes sharing a screen that could take up a lot of internet. That could be why.
I mean, you know what? I think I'll watch the replay once I think I can watch the replay from earlier. So
Okay then. Yep.
yeah,
Oh,
I can watch your replay stream from earlier. So yeah,
okay.
that could
Wait on.
that could work.
Okay, but I think funny guy. I think it should be working now.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
Okay, so let me see if I can play this from the beginning. Okay, there we go. It's from the beginning.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay, so anyway, to the people in the live chat, without any further ado, I finally got the video ready. But if there, I really hope that there's not going to be any, audio issues. But if there is, I cannot do anything about that. So anyway, without any further ado, here is a video right here, right now.
All right, let's see. Oops. Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, you're good, funny guy. Yep. So yeah, this is Kadeem Short, which by the way is going to be pathetic.
Yep. Can you play it?
Yep. So to the people in the live chat, here we go. So I'm going to be playing it right here, right now. Here we go.
What up, y'all? It's Kadeem the King. Hey, Speardude21, man. Next time you make a video about me, say my name. Don't be subliminal with it. If you really want to say something about me, say it with your chest and mention my name, little bitch. I'm live right now too.
He's pathetic.
Huh. Yeah, he is. Like he admitted to seeking for attention. Well, guess what? Speardude doesn't care what you say.
Yep, I'm gonna stop sharing.
Yep. Yep. Now that I see the video, guess what? I'll say this: Speardude doesn't care what you say, Kadeem.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's my piece. So yep. All right. So somebody is live right now. So yep. I think I'm gonna head off right now.
Oh, okay. Thanks for stopping by, funny guy.
Bye bye.
Okay, see ya. So there it was, the video that I just played for a third time. Okay, let me see what Raid Master's saying or what I believe he's saying though as of right now. Shut up, you scamming princess. I have to agree where you're coming from as of right now, Rage Master, but like what is shut your mouth, you scamming princess? Oh, okay. I think that's what I meant to say though, but I believe it's all the same thing, Rage Master, because the way I see it right now, he doesn't know when to keep that mouth shut of his, and he will not, stop causing drama and start shit with people. Like he's not gonna stop starting shit with people, and he needs to stop causing drama. But at this point, Kadeem is like literally shooting himself in the fucking foot, like straight up, because it's like this. We're in a new beginning though as of right now, Rage Master. It's like this is a new beginning of what we are doing, and I would say for the most part, this community that we're in right now, I'm not referring to this one, but for like other ones, we're doing good for the most part. Like we honestly are. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and look at some comments though because I don't plan on keeping this live stream all that too long, and yeah, that's the one thing that I am gonna be saying though. Yep. But one thing that I want to say though, that's for certain though, is I'm just gonna just go on ahead and just keep this live stream going for a bit because I just enjoy every last one of you just been tuning in and whatnot, and yeah, yep. So I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some other comments or so because I do plan on keeping this live stream for a bit. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be some other comments though, especially from like people in the live chat. And I think Rage Master might want to say his piece on this, and I think most likely he might have to end up, going and whatnot, and that's understandable. Anyways, other than that, let me go on ahead and see what Rage Master is going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. I'm gonna head off. Peace. Oh, okay. So the one thing I want to say as of right now, Rage Master, is I do appreciate that you were, having, tuning in for this live stream, and then you're more than welcome to check out more of it if you actually want to. But I've already said my piece on this, and I do plan on, keeping this live stream going for a bit. But I want to make sure if there's going to be some other people that are just going to be saying like their piece on this, and then that'll be it. Yep. But one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is so far I would say that this live stream has been like going good. And I'm gonna see if there's gonna be some more comments or so. Yep. So, anyways, I'm not quite sure if there's anything else that I want to say though, so right now because I think I've already said my part about Kadeem. Yep. But keep this in mind to the people in the live chat. If he happens to find out about this live stream, and even if he tries to be responding, I am not going to be surprised whatsoever. But I don't plan on I'm not going to continue making these types of live stream when it comes to Kadeem. It's like possibility once in a while or so, but when it comes to like frequently, like meaning like on a daily basis, which is every day, it's not gonna happen, and it ain't gonna happen because it's like this. Making these types of streams, especially to Kadeem, it can be entertaining though, like for a bit, but then eventually it could be tiresome. Yeah. But keep this in mind though, it's like I have like better live streams that I want to be doing though, but not for this group channel. I will do it though, but when I have a chance to be doing that or so. Okay. So let me see what BKTV official going to be saying, or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. Cyrax just left the internet. Really now? Wow. I did not know that one. Okay. So the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, in regards to you, BKTV official, is that is actually quite a surprise. But keep us in mind though, I don't think Cyrax has like an official YouTube channel or so. He likes to make like multiple ones, and then eventually, he gets deplatformed because people are actually calling him out on his bullshit or so. But I'm not gonna try to make this live stream about Cyrax or so because at this point he's becoming infamous, especially on YouTube or so. And not to mention, when it comes to Cyrax, he's literally becoming like a really big locale because at this point he has just become a laughing stock, like he really is. And not to mention, I have seen like, how do I say this? I have seen like certain YouTubers that are just are just calling him out by his actions. Yep. So in a way, I don't blame these types of people that they're just calling out Cyrex's bullshit. Like I honestly don't even blame them. But one thing I want to say though, as of right now, BKT official is I'm not quite sure. It's like this. I'm not fully convinced if he left the internet because it's like this. He does find ways to come back or so. So one thing I want you to understand, BKT official, is it would be a good thing, but I'm just not fully convinced if he actually left because he'll most likely try to find a way to come back because he usually likes to be doing that. He wants to try to stay relevant though, but let me see what you are saying or what I believe you're saying though as of right now. Cyrex is irrelevant. I have to agree where you're coming from to an extent, BK team official, but I'm not fully convinced though. It's like if he's gonna be, be relevant here on YouTube or so. It's like I'm not like fully convinced like that. It's like it's hard to describe if that were to be the case though. But knowing him, he'll most likely try to find a way to come back, which will not surprise me, not even the slightest though. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see. Wait, hold on. Okay, so let me see what some people are going to be saying though, because I do plan on keeping the session going for a bit, and then after this, I'm just going to most likely just end this in a bit because I don't want to keep this live stream all that too long. I don't. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see what what some people are going to be saying. But first thing first, let me go on ahead and actually check this out. Okay, let me see. Let me check this comment. Okay, so the one thing I want to say in regards to you, BKT official, is this is what I believe you're saying. I heard Ed just snatched the internet box. Okay, but what do you actually mean by this? This is what I believe you're all saying. And now Cyrax is, I have no idea how to say that though. Like, are you trying to say that he is running away or something, BKT official? Because it's kind of hard to describe if he actually is trying to, do that in a way. I have no idea. But the choice is up to you on what you actually want to be doing though, as of right now, BKT official, because The choice is up to you on what you actually want to have a chance to be doing. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if you're gonna be, be leaving some more comments because I guess so far it's just me and you, and then yeah, we'll just go from there. Okay. So, anyways, I am gonna keep the live stream going for a bit because there's nothing more for me to say though. So I pretty much have already got my points across, and yeah, that's pretty much the one thing that I am gonna be saying. So, anyways, BKT official, if there's any comments that you want to, be leaving, go on ahead and say them because in a little while I am going to be ending this live stream because there's nothing more for me to say though, and I really just do appreciate that you have been tuning in, and yeah. So let me go on ahead and see what type of comments that you're going to be leaving yourself because so far BKT official it's just me and you, and I'm pretty sure that some people have already said a piece or so. Yep. So I pretty much already got the majority of the comments or so. So that is the one thing that I am going to be saying. Okay. So let me see what you are saying or what I believe you're saying as of right now. BKT official. Zach Gay loves getting his cheeks busted by Big Bubba. Okay. So the one thing that I want to say in regards to that is I'm pretty sure that I can agree where you're coming from when it comes to, a comment that's going to be like that though. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see what you were gonna be saying though, because the way I see it though is this is just absolutely funny at this point, like it just is. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see what type of comments you're gonna be leaving though, because one thing I want to say in regards to you, BKT official, is I can understand where you're coming from, but when it comes to I'm gonna say it for context, when it comes to people like Zach Gay, it's like he's already been destroyed by the community that I'm in right now. Well, not this one, but the other one, obviously. Yep. Anyways, I'm not quite sure if I want to check out this comment though as of right now, BKT official, because I don't think I want to be mentioning this name or so. So yeah. I mean, I do apologize if if I'm not gonna check out this comment though, but it's not gonna happen though because I don't want to mention that person's name or so. Because it's like this. He goes his way, I go my way, and it's far better if me and him were to do that though. But BKT official, if you do not like that individual though, again, I'm not gonna be saying what his name is. I can respect your, decision about that. But for me personally, I don't want to say his name because I'm just trying to move on from that individual. Yep. I mean, granted, me and that individual had a falling out though, but I just choose not to mention him because, it's like this. I go my way, he goes his way, and it's far more better if if me and him, we were able to do that. But it's like this. I don't necessarily hate that person, but it's like this. I wish him nothing but the best, but in a way, as of right now, I just cannot be associated with someone that, I'm only going to say that for content purposes. I cannot associate myself with someone that who is constantly a flip flopper, especially to people. I just can't. So again, I wish nothing but the best for this person, but at the same time, I just want nothing to do with them. Yep. So I really do hope that you can understand where I'm coming from as of right now, BKT official. So yeah, I'm just saying this from my own, yeah, I'm just trying to say my piece about all of this though. But in a way, I've already said it. Yep. But I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be some more comments from you, BKT official, because I just, I'm just enjoying this conversation between, me and you. Yep. Yep. So if there's any comments that you want to say though as of right now, BKT official, then go on ahead and say them. Yes, say them because in a little while I am gonna be, trying to end this live stream though. Yep. So that is the one thing that I am gonna be saying though. Yep. So it's about that time for me to actually end this live stream. Well, not right now though, but in a little while though, because I've already, said my piece, and I really do hope that you were able to enjoy this live stream. Yep. But not just you, BKT official, but also to like other people as well. I'm gonna see if I can try to put this in live chat. Give me 1 second, really quick, because I just want to make sure if I can, put this. Okay. So give me 1 second, and then I'm gonna go on ahead and actually try to put this. So okay. So anyway, this should be able to do the trick. Yep. Okay, so one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, BKT official, is there should be a time limit that I put in the live chat. So go on ahead and actually, say your piece, because in a little while I am finally going to go on ahead and end this live stream though, but in a little while or so. So yeah, that is the one thing that I am going to be saying though. So I'm just going to go on ahead and see. Wait, hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. Anyways, let me see if there's gonna be some more comments in live chat though, because it's about time for me to wrap up this live stream though, but not right now though. In a little while, I'm just gonna go on ahead and just, try to be, ending this in a bit. Yep. And I just, greatly appreciate to the people in the live chat that have been, tuning in. And I just, greatly appreciate every last one of you. And I can't wait to be making some more live streams that are gonna be like this. But I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna make some more, live streams when it comes to this channel though, but I will be making some content when it comes to like the other channel and whatnot, or what I meant to say is other channels. So I really do hope that you people will be tuning in for that. So, anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and wrap up this live stream though, because I've already said what I need to say. Yep. So if there's gonna be some comments, go on ahead and put them though, because I am about to end this in a bit. Yep. And not to mention, I just, really enjoy the fact that I just, enjoy people that you have been in the live chat, and I can't wait to be making some more streams that are going to be like this or so. Yep. Anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be something, some new comment. Okay, let me see what BKT official saying, or what I believe he's saying though as of right now. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so the one thing I want to say as of right now, BKT official, is this is what I believe you're saying. So you're trying to say that this person is a forgotten member of the Wu-Tang clan. If I'm gonna say it so as of right now, is that is actually like a popular rap band or group. What I meant to say. I really hope if I got that correctly. So yeah. Anyways, let me see what you're gonna be saying though as of right now, BKT official. Oh yeah. Okay, so let me see if there's gonna be some more comments though, because it's about time for me to actually wrap up this live stream. Like, yep, I'm just gonna say, what I need to be saying, then that'll finally be it. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just double check as of right now if I'm missing any comments or so, because I want to make sure if I were to get this off my chest or so, because I just want to make sure that I'm gonna go on ahead and just say what I need to be saying, and then after that, I'm finally gonna go on ahead and just end this. And I really do appreciate that you people have been here, and that's the one thing that I do want to say. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be some other comments. Because I think as of right now, I think most likely that BKT official is like the only one that's in the live chat, and that's fine though. But anyway, BKT official, if there's any comments that you want to say, go on ahead and say them right now, because I am going to be ending this live stream in a bit. Yep. And I just greatly appreciate that you have been here in the live chat for the most part. And yeah. Okay, let me see what BKT official is saying, or what I believe he's saying. Okay, so one thing I want to say as of right now is this is what I believe you're saying as of right now, BKT official, is have I heard this person's music? Unfortunately, I haven't got a chance to heard it though. But if you want to try to send me a DM behind the scenes, then you're more than welcome to do so. Or rather, you could put a link in the live chat if you actually want to, BKT official. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not quite sure if you can put links in the live chat though, but if you are unable to do it, then my suggestion is to send it to me, behind the scenes though. I mean, you could do that, but right after this live stream. Yep. So I'm gonna go on ahead and just, wait for you, and I'm gonna see what you are gonna be saying though, and then we'll just, you and I will just, go from there. Yep. Okay, so let me see if I can try to put this in the live chat. Okay, so I'm gonna go on ahead and put this, see if it works right here, right now. Okay, so the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is I believe that I have put another time limit, so that should be it or so. So go on ahead and say your piece about this, and then after that, I'm most likely just going to go on ahead and just end this, because I've already said my piece about this entire live stream, especially if it's in regards to Kadeem the King. But at this point, he might as well just change his name or so, like. Or it's like what TD Venom said that one time. Just call him, the Ebonic scammer or something like that. I don't know, because that's what he's known for. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some more comments or so, because it's about time for me to actually I think it's about time for me to actually wrap up this stream and whatnot. Okay, let me see what you're saying, or what I believe you're saying as of right now. BKT official, I will send you one of his music on Messenger. Oh, okay. Well, the one thing that I want to say though is you are more than welcome to actually do that if you want to have a chance to, send me the music, on Messenger. And I guess I'll be, be tuning in for that. And so that way I'll be able to take a look at that for myself. Yep. Yep. Okay. So let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be some, comments or so, and this should be like the final one, because after this is gonna be it. Yep. Yes, sir. So, anyways, let me just double check as of right now, because it's about time for me to actually wrap up this live stream. And I really do hope that people have been tuning in for this. And I've already said my piece about all of this. So that's the one thing that I want to say though. Yep. So any comments, or should I say any final comments? Because it's about time for me to actually, end this in a bit. Yep. So BKT official, if you literally have any final comments, I would recommend putting them right now though, because it's about time for me to, end this live stream, because again, I've already said my piece literally about all of this, and yeah. And keep this in mind, if Kadeem happens to literally watch this live stream, then don't be surprised. But at the same time, I don't think I'm gonna be making another response, because at this point or so, it's like he's already like looking for attention. He's trying to, cause drama and start shit with our community. Well, not this one, but other communities, which I'm not surprised whatsoever. And he needs to like fully realize that myself and to other people, you could say in general, we want nothing to do with them. Like we honestly don't. Yep. But anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there is going to be some other comments or so, because it's about time for me to actually, wrap up the stream or so. Yep. So I pretty much said what I needed to say, and yeah. Okay, so let me just double check just to make sure if there literally is gonna be some final comments, but if there's not really, then yeah. So anyways, I really do hope that people have been tuning in for the most part anyway. Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna go on ahead and actually, give me one second, because I really am gonna go on ahead and just, wrap up this stream in a bit, because it's about time for me to actually do it. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and actually, check some things out. Yep. Okay, so any final comments? Because it's about time for me to actually, end this in a bit. Yep. Okay, so let me just double check as of right now. So I really do hope that you people have been, tuning this in. Yep. Okay, so let me just, check this out really quick. Okay, so I'm gonna go on ahead and check this out because yep, it's about time for me to wrap this up. Yep. Okay. Here we go. All right, let me check this out. Okay, so anyways, I'm about to go on ahead and wrap this up in about like 5 minutes or so because I'm gonna go on ahead and just, do it really quick. Yep. So yeah. But anyways, one thing that I am gonna be saying though as of right now is I want to make sure that there's gonna be like literally any final comments though because it's literally about the time for me to actually wrap up this live stream or so. Yep. Okay, so let me just double check as of right now because I do appreciate every last one of you just being in my live chat and yeah, and I can't wait to be making some more streams are going to be like this, or should I say live streams rather, for the future. So, but I'm not quite sure if it's going to be this one, but hopefully it's going to be for like other communities and whatnot. Yep. So anyway, to the people in the live chat, especially to you, BKT official, go on ahead and just say your final piece because it's about time for me to actually end this. And I don't think there's not really more for me to say though. Yep. Because I've already said my piece already in regards to this whole live stream. Yep. And I'm gonna see if I can try to make some changes right after this live stream. What I meant to say is I do hope that you people in live chat will be able to get some type of upgrade, but I'm not gonna say what it is, but hopefully that you people will be in for surprise. Yep. Okay. So let me just go on ahead and just double check really quick. Yep. Okay. So anyways, we're about to how do I say this? Okay, so we're about to reach that, limit, you could say. So we're about to reach that so-called time limit or so. Yep. So to the people in the live chat, I really do hope that, you people have been, been tuning in for the most part, and then you people are more than welcome to be, checking this live stream some more whenever that you people are actually ready to do so. Yep. And I'm just wondering if there's gonna be like, the other members that will be making, content or so. But we're just gonna have to just wait and see. Yep. Okay, so let me see if I can, wrap this up. Okay. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just, check this out. Let me see what BKT official is saying or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. I'm about to leave and have a positive day. Oh, okay. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and actually finish things here because it's about time for me to actually, end this. Okay, so let me see if there is literally going to be some comments, or should I say, rather, final comments or so. But I'm pretty certain that I've already got the majority of the comments, and yeah, yep. So, anyways, I do appreciate every last one of you, and I can't wait to be making some more live streams that are going to be like this. Hopefully, that there'll be some more, for this group channel, but I'm not quite sure when though. But they'll definitely be in other group, other channels and whatnot. But anyways, you people will have to be, tuning in for that. So I really do hope that you people will be, be able to do so. So anyways, I'm gonna be ending this in about like 1 minute or so. So that should be it for like the comments or so when it comes to like final comments. So I really do appreciate, every last one of you. And it's about time for me to actually, to actually wrap up this live stream. Yep. So let me see if I can actually, get it ready or so because I'm about to say like, what I have to be saying. So all I can really say as of right now is so far that this live stream has been like a good one. So anyways, the one last thing, or should I say the one final thing I'm gonna say as of right now is Kadeem, fuck off. I made you my bitch. And not only that, but if something like this happens again, we're gonna call out your actions. So, anyways, I'm gonna be ending this live stream because I've already said what I had to say. But anyways, thank you for watching this dope live stream that I was currently doing now. So give this live stream a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next upcoming live stream. Bye, everyone.